Hey guys, hi. I'm sorry about the stripes in the video here. There's a thin curtain protecting me from like the solar blast of the sun outside. But I wanted to film a real quick intro to this video because during the course of this video, I really don't think I once said that my company, whom I adore and I trust, has been trying really hard to make sure that we're safe, that my passengers are safe, that everything is going to be put back in order. As you know, if you've watched the news, we're suffering a meltdown. Every airline suffers these things once in a great while. It's been 4 or 5 years since we've had a meltdown, but we're going through some big deals right now. But I don't think once during this video that I actually said that my company is doing their absolute best. So during the course of this video, I hope I don't sound too negative. I don't want to beat my company up because they're trying really hard. Crew scheduling, who doesn't always feel like they're on our side, honestly, has been remarkable. Some of our conversations have been challenging and miscommunications have existed, but I have to say during this time of tumultuousness, crew scheduling has been on their game as much as they can. Our company has been doing their best to try and make sure that we're safe and getting home and that we're in hotels now. Things have been worse last week, thank God. But so I've been treated beautifully by my company and crew scheduling. And I have to give a shout out to the hotel here in Cleveland. If you work for my company and you give anybody here at this hotel a hard time, I'm going to come after you because this hotel staff has been so kind during this meltdown in Cleveland. So just wanted to say a little something positive before you watch this video, because this video can be, it might be misconstrued as me being negative. It's just us trying to handle a very challenging time. So I will see you guys later. Enjoy the video.
Do you want to see what contentment looks like? Hello, love. And then look at these two up here. Oh, Buddy's looking at me like, don't even think of disturbing me.
Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. It is 11/11 on the 6th. We're heading out to Cleveland. We have one leg to Cleveland. Then we were supposed to go to Louisville, but that's changed because we have a meltdown going on. I'm sure you've heard all about it. I'll tell you more about that later. Tomorrow we're just going to be deadheading to Fort Lauderdale. We have an 11-hour layover in Cleveland, and then I totally have no idea what I'm doing after that, but I will take you along with me. All right, we're boarding in a moment, so I'll see you soon. Hey guys, hi, welcome to Cleveland. The trip last night, I should say this morning, from Vegas was super easy. No challenges, no problems, no mask problems, nothing. Super easy, thank goodness. There was one highlight. We got this huge gift bag stuffed to the top, stuffed with almonds, gummy bears, Ghirardelli chocolate squares, Godiva chocolates, Lindt truffles. Just was stuffed, all good stuff too, no crap. And there was a card inside that said, it was very sweet. It's been a tough year and a half. I just wanted you to know that you were appreciated. Thank you, with a big exclamation point. And I said, are you like a flight attendant? Are you one of us? Like, why all of this? And she says, it's just been a tough year, and you guys must have really been through the ringer, you know, and it was just the most thoughtful gift. And, you know, yeah, it's not been an easy job being a flight attendant during a pandemic. It is not easy. Sometimes it's not easy in general, but during this time, any note of appreciation like that from a passenger or a guest is just hugely appreciated. So if you're going to be flying anytime soon, be nice to your flight attendants. Boy, what else? We had a great chaser. Unfortunately, we lost her just after one leg. She had to continue on, the poor thing. We all flew from Vegas to Cleveland. You know, we have a hotel room here for 10 and a half hours. The poor thing had to continue on to Fort Lauderdale after sitting in the Cleveland airport for 2.5 hours. Oh, the poor thing. But let's see, what else? Oh, and something else. We were waiting for the shuttle to pull up, and when it finally did, a whole bunch of flight attendants spilled off the plane. Some of them for us, and one of them with a couple of them with Frontier, and one of them, I think his name was Jeff. He was very kind and very, very sweet. He was like, "Oh, I watch your channel. I watch your videos," and I'm like, I can hear my coworker's eyes rolling in his head. But it was very sweet. If you happen to be watching this video, hi Jeff. If it is Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, it was a nice leg. It was a nice trip. Today it's such a short layover. It's like 10.5 hours. I took a melatonin, 5 milligrams, just to kind of nudge me to sleep, because I really do want to get a good solid 6 hours at least. I was going to get the breakfast sandwich downstairs because it's delicious, but it's also like $9. And I have boiled eggs, which I've eaten 2 of, and I'm eating some of these little Belvita cookie cracker biscuit things. Fine. With a little lemonade, I'm going to bed. And I will see you later on today for my deadhead. All right? Have a great day. I will see you soon. Can you hear the rain? Look at that. Oh my goodness. So I'm still in Cleveland. Womp womp. Yeah, so I got maybe 7 hours of sleep. Very happy with that. The layover was only 10.5 hours, so I was very content with a good solid 7 hours of sleep, especially for day sleeping. I got very lucky. Went downstairs, had dinner in the crew room so I could use their microwave, and then went out in front and waited for the shuttle. We had a 5:30 shuttle scheduled to go to the airport, and shortly before we actually got on the shuttle, one of my coworkers looked at our schedule, and it turned out that we were actually going to work the flight instead of deadhead to Fort Lauderdale. Okay, fine, no surprise, it happens all the time. And then somebody that happened to look, wasn't me. I really should make a habit of looking at my schedule and the flight information. Someone else clicked on the flight information and found out that the flight was actually canceled. All right, so now what? We have been giving different directions depending on different days. So in the past, we've been told that even if our flight's canceled, we're still supposed to go to the airport and check in, because they could ferry flight us, they could do a tail swap, they could do a whole bunch of things. And then we're told, as we were most recently, that if we're canceled mid-pairing, that we're supposed to stay at the hotel. And I think that's mostly because in the past week or so, countless flight attendants have been stranded between canceled flights and no hotel rooms. And so rather than have that happen any longer, I think they're having a stay at the hotel. Well, we had basically checked out and we're waiting for the shuttle. So Heather, I think, ran up to the front desk and tried to resolve that and secure us our hotel rooms again. Thankfully, as you can see, I'm in my hotel room. They had not canceled our rooms or closed our rooms out or whatever. So we were able to get back into our hotel rooms. I called our supervisor on duty and I spoke with the most amazing, a goddess among women. She's amazing. Every time I have a problem, I seem to get her on that line, and she's amazing. But she said that our flight wasn't canceled, but it was delayed and we still had to go to the airport. But everything that we saw online said the flight was canceled. So I texted her saying being canceled. So she texted me back. I know this is a long story. It's just like wackadoodle. This is why you have to be patient as a flight attendant. You really have to develop patience as a flight attendant. And I am not always that patient, but I'm working on it. So she said, yeah, good, get to your rooms. And it's not spoken, but basically don't leave your room. just in case that time's out, and just in case Hotel Connections didn't pay for another night or something, whatever. Just basically don't leave your room. So that's where we are. I'm in my hotel room. I'm waiting for crew scheduling to call one of us. We have a group text set up so we can kind of keep ourselves informed. But so as it is right now, I'm in Cleveland. We were supposed to, I think I mentioned, we were supposed to deadhead to Fort Lauderdale tonight. So what could potentially, and then we were supposed to fly to Louisville the next day. So I'm thinking potentially that they could just deadhead us to Louisville or work us to Louisville tomorrow and continue our pairing. That's what I'm thinking might happen. Who knows? Who knows? I am grateful that I packed a lot of food and snacks with me because I knew something was going to happen on this trip. So I'm fully prepared for food and beverages and snacks. I did not bring my laptop because I thought, well, my layovers are so short, but I do have my phone and I can keep myself occupied on my phone for hours and hours. There's always YouTube. Yeah, so that is what's going on so far. I will certainly keep you updated. Just cross your fingers that this is a short stay. I would love a nice long layover here in Cleveland, but I do want to get home eventually. So we'll see what happens. I'll talk to you later. Hey guys, hi. So I'm in Cleveland. I've never left. I haven't left Cleveland. I feel like I'm always going to be in Cleveland. It's never going to end. All right, so the last time I saw you, our flight had been canceled. We got back to our rooms. I, took my clothes off, jumped in bed because I didn't know how long it was going to be. Took a bag of animal crackers, jumped in bed with my phone, watching YouTube. It wasn't very long, maybe an hour, if that. And then I noticed I have a text message from my coworker, and he says, "Look at your schedule. It's changed." So we look, and we all notice that we have like 40 minutes, something like that, to get from our hotel rooms, none of us are in uniform, to the airport, to deadhead on American to Cleveland, to Charlotte. And then we were going to deadhead from Charlotte to Fort Lauderdale. That was on our schedule. So we run to the airport ASAP. We're not going to make the flight. So I call crew scheduling to try and be proactive, and thank God they answered quickly. And I said, "Hi, we're supposed to be deadheading on American and blah, blah, blah." She says, no, you're supposed to be on United. And I'm like, no, everything on our schedule says American. Well, all right, refresh your schedule. Long story, we're supposed to be on a United flight now. So we get to the United gate. That flight is delayed like an hour and a half. So we're not going to make the connecting flight we're supposed to fly from Cleveland to Dulles, Washington, Dulles to Fort Lauderdale on United. But we're not going to make the connecting flight in Dulles, and we're going to be stuck because nothing's leaving Dulles after we would have arrived. We'd have been stuck in Dulles. And I'm trying to make that clear to the crew scheduling, and she's just not seeming to get what I'm saying. There's some misunderstanding for some reason. So I'm put on hold, and long story longer, she tells us to go back to the hotel. Thankfully, Philip had already made sure that we actually had rooms to stay in. Thank goodness. We get back to the hotel room here. Just to throw a little monkey wrench into the whole thing, just a little added bit of confusion. While we're sitting there, we're all thinking, thank God that we're not like reserve brand new flight attendants, because at least we understand the chaos a little bit, And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere comes a fourth member of my airline, and he's been here 2 weeks. Poor thing. He's been flying for 2 weeks, and he's in the middle of this meltdown. And he was supposed to be working the flight from Cleveland to Fort Lauderdale that we were going to deadhead on first. It was just a mess. So he didn't understand what was going on. I tried getting on the phone with crew scheduling to find out what they were doing with him. Finally, we had that figured out, where he was going to come with us to the hotel. He was going to take a different flight to Fort Lauderdale, I think, the next day. It was just really, does this make any sense to you? No. If it doesn't, that's normal. This is just being a flight attendant during a meltdown. It was chaos. So, as it is, we're going to be here for 25 hours. We have a van time tomorrow night at, what time did I write down? 7:30 tomorrow night is our van to the airport. We're going to deadhead, I think, on us to Las Vegas. Then, so I'll be home for maybe 12 hours. And the next day, they have us picking up the very last bit of this pairing, which is a Seattle turn. So this whole trip has turned into working one leg from Vegas to Cleveland, a nightmare of chaos, to get us in position in Las Vegas where we can work a turn to Seattle. I have no idea. It's just bizarre. And I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over. For some reason, I think something's going to happen tomorrow. So, so stay tuned. In the meantime, I'm going to sit here. I have one more good solid meal heating up in my Hot Logic Mini. I think one of my crew members wants to go into Cleveland tomorrow for the day. I have had some experience in Cleveland and I found it to be terribly, terribly boring, so I'm not planning on going with her. I'm going to stay here in the hotel room and watch HGTV and YouTube. So I will see you tomorrow with an update as to what's going on, and let's all cross our fingers I can get home. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow. That's too much natural light. Hey guys. So I'm still in Cleveland. I don't know how often I'll say that during this video, but I hope that's the last time. I am wearing one of my favorite t-shirts. It says "Be Kind." Of course, it's backwards on my camera. But, so my van is in about an hour and a half. It's an 8-minute trip to the airport, so that should be plenty of time. Our show time is 8:09. Our van at 7:30, so that should be plenty of time. The deadhead to Las Vegas has now changed. We are now going to be working the flight, which is fine with me. I'd rather work a flight, especially a 4-hour flight, than deadhead. I'll deadhead like an hour and a half flight, no problem. But 4 hours, I'd honestly rather work the flight than sit in a passenger seat for that long. Especially with my crew. I'm loving my crew. They're so great. Usually, I hate group texts almost as much as throwing up. I'd rather throw up than go through a group text. But I have a group text with my coworkers for this trip because so many things have changed. And they're just adorable. I love my crew. What else is going on? This layover has been very relaxing. I have done nothing but really just honestly watch YouTube, HGTV, excuse me, HGTV, snack, eat. I didn't bring a lot of food with me, but I ate strategically, so it lasted my trip. Yeah, this trip has been crazy. On our pairings, when we see our pairings on Flicka, the app that we use, we'll see the pairing will be like number 1, 2, 3, 4. If there's been a change, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4A. If there's been another change, it'll go through 1, 2, 3, 4B, and so on. Right now, we're looking at like F. No, we're like H. I think we're at H right now. There's been like 7 or 8 or 9 changes to the schedule for this trip, and that is just wackadoodle. But I have to count my blessings because I've been taken care of the whole time. The hotel here in Cleveland has been remarkable. I have to tell you, if you work with my company, if any of you mistreat these people at my hotel, I'm going to come after you. They have been so patient and so loving and so caring. I've been so grateful for them, especially the van driver, because we've seen a lot of her. But she's made a fair number of tips off of us too, so that's okay. I'm really looking forward to going home tonight. We'll be home by 10:30 or so. I'll be in my car by 11. I'll be home by 11:15, snuggling my cats, very excited. And then tomorrow, we'll see, we're supposed to work the 3 of us, the same crew, will be working a Seattle turn with a show time of 3 p.m. So I might include that turn in this video just because it's part of this original the footprint of this original 4-day trip. So I'll probably include the Seattle turn in this video. So it will not all be all me sitting in a hotel room in Cleveland, God willing. All right, so I'm going to put my uniform, take a shower first, and then jump in my uniform, have one more snack, and then head down to the shuttle. So I'll see you hopefully on a plane, ready to go to Vegas. See you soon. Hey guys, we're on an airplane. How exciting is this? So we are going to be kind of full, 171 passengers. Time is going to be 3 hours and 54 minutes going back to Vegas. Yeah, everything looks normal so far. It's one of our planes with the older seats, which is good news for our guests because the seats are a little bit wider. And bad news for us because the aisles are very narrow. So that's the only negative. But we're going home. So exciting. Yeah, so I will see you back in Vegas. Hello there. So it is 1:10 in the afternoon the next day. That trip from Cleveland was 3 hours and 40 something minutes. You know, I think I said sometime yesterday, oh, Cleveland, you know, never a problem. Yeah, well, everyone on the plane was pretty spectacular, except for one fellow who, when boarding the plane, I knew all about his political beliefs and his feelings around masks by his mask that he was kind of wearing but not quite wearing. And then later on during the course of the trip, his behavior let me know all the rest about him. Long story short, he seemed to refuse to wear his mask. Every time we walked by, his wife apparently would like fix his mask or something, but a number of times he had it down completely under his mouth. One time when I politely, eventually I was not polite. I was professional but not polite. There's a difference with me. At one final time I was like, sir, please just wear the face covering over your nose. It is a federal mandate. He's like, I'm talking to my wife. I'm like, she's sitting right next to you. I mean, she can hear you. You know, it was just really frustrating. And he just didn't really appreciate being told what to do. Later on, I'm in the back talking to my coworker about said passenger and whether or not we were going to serve alcohol in what amounts we were going to serve, if we were. And the guy comes up behind me. I didn't know it was him at first, but the guy comes up behind me and he grabs my arm. He grabbed down here, but he grabbed it. The only reason anyone would grab you like that is if you're married or dating and you're being intimate or you're wrestling. There's really no other reason for someone to grab you like that. He grabbed me by the arm, like grabbed. Fluffy I am. And he pulled. Apparently he had to go to the bathroom and he wanted me out of the way. And I turned and I let out something to the line of "Do not touch me," and I said, "You're already on the edge." You know, so tonight when I get home from this trip I have today, I should probably write a report regarding his non-compliance with masks and also his physically grabbing me. He didn't threaten me, but the gesture, the grab, was really something else. In 4.5 years, no one has physically tried to manhandle me on an airplane. A lot of touching, a lot of poking, but not a lot of like that, you know. Whatever. Silver lining, I got back to the airport. Well, first, silver lining is that I had a great crew, amazing crew. One member of my crew, I wasn't sure if I was going to work well with. And we just had a really great time, just a wonderful time. Like I want to work with them again. They were just great. We had really nice chasers, just really great crew. And when you can depend on a crew, anything's possible. So that was a silver lining. And then when I got back to the airport, I went to my PO box and I had my T-shirt from. Can you see it? Well, it's backwards because that's my phone, but it says Kind Crew. I got it from Cloud Surfer Andy's Etsy shop. So first you gotta watch Cloud Surfer Andy. Second, you have to go to her Etsy shop and go check it out. Her shop is Winglet Travel Merch, I think, something like that. But I just love the t-shirt. It fits really, really well. It's an extra large, but it's not too clingy. It's not too loose. Perfect. I also got a little sticker. The sticker's a little smaller than I thought it would be, but it'll be great on my water bottle, so I'm very happy about that. And then I got to come home. That biggest silver lining of all is I got to come home and hang out with the cats. They weren't super, super excited to see me for some reason. I don't know why. Buddy has been kind of more along his normal self and not his lovable love bug self lately. But they're great, and it was just really good to make sure that they got some scratches and some cat treats, and I cleaned out their litter box, and so it was good to come home even just for, I don't know, 12, 15 hours, whatever it is. So it is 1:15 now. I have to be at the airport at 3 o'clock. So I have about 15 minutes. I'm going to throw my uniform on, head to the airport. I'm probably going to grab some lunch at a drive-thru on the way. I am still on the fence whether or not I should take my rollerboard with everything in it, or just my turn bag with just my toiletries and stuff in it, because with what has been happening lately, you know, if I get stuck somewhere, I don't know. I might just take my turn bag with my toiletries and stuff in it. Whatever. All right, so let's get to the airport. I'll see you there. Hey guys, all right, so it is very strange to talk to you between flights because I haven't actually worked 2 flights in a row in a real long time. So, hi there. So we're in Seattle. That flight was fine, just great. Had to remind some people about masks, but beyond that, it was just fine, no problems. It was 2 hours and 7 minutes from Vegas here to Cleveland. Full flight. We were supposed to be, fully booked, I should say. We were booked at 186, but we ended up with 156 people. So something strange. When you have that many open seats, there must have been a misconnection or something. But so we're here in Cleveland. We have 116 passengers going back to Las Vegas that I'm aware of. So yeah, no problems, no concerns, no worries. I'm very much looking forward to going home tonight. So I will see you next time in Las Vegas. Hey guys, I'm home again. Great. Very happy. I'm off now. I am off for the next 2 days. And then the next trip I don't have a show time until like 9:30 at night or something like that. So I have like 2.5 days off. Very happy with that. I do apologize for the sort of Blair Witch Project lighting I have right now. I'm going to work on lighting for my little office area here. It's either this or I have some giant floodlight on me, and neither are very good. But so this last leg was completely uneventful. Thank goodness. I really couldn't have handled any drama or trauma on this last flight. We only had like 126 people on board, something like that, and they were all great. There's certain places that just you don't expect problems. Seattle's one of them. Well, I thought the same thing about Cleveland, but Seattle, I almost never have a problem, never have an issue. Yeah, it was a great leg. This whole trip was, in the end, not terrible. It was just very complicated. And once again, I know I've said it 100 times in this video, I had the best crew possible for this kind of experience. Just the best. I don't call out names very often because I don't want to pull anybody into my videos that doesn't want to be in my videos. But Heather was one of my coworkers today, and this trip, she was charming, she was funny, she was lovable. I loved her. And you know, I had never flown with her before, and I don't know why I had this preconceived notion that we weren't going to work well together. I wasn't looking forward to it. I don't know why. Because she was just a love. I mean, really funny, charming, very generous. Yeah, just very, very thoughtful. And Philip is one of my favorite people. He's one of my he was in my training class. Again, I think I mentioned this already. I hope I did. He's just always nice. He's always pleasant. He's always funny. He's just a great guy. And it was just really nice to work with him. Again, he was a classmate of mine, so maybe that's part of why I like him. But he's just always relentlessly nice. He's always pleasant, and on top of things, you know. So I don't have to worry about anything when I'm working with a good crew. So blah 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 blah. So that was my trip. Again, I think I filmed an intro for this video. I'll film a little outro telling you that, you know, with all the drama, trauma, chaos, craziness, miscommunications and all, I really have to say my company is trying, or has tried, their best to handle a very chaotic situation. Many airlines go through things like this, and we did the best we could as a company. I think it's over. I think the meltdown is pretty much done, and we can reconstruct from here. So I'm very happy with that. But, you know, while it wasn't the best, it wasn't ideal, I really do think my company was doing their best to try and, you know, get through this. Of course, there are thousands and thousands of passengers who are really, really not happy with us. But we're going to do our best to try and win them back or encourage other people to join us. I'll do my best, one person at a time, to bring those people back into the fold. But for now, I'm just going to relax. It is 12:30. The cats had their treats. I got some little scratches and some love. I'm going to stay up and watch a couple of videos and kind of wind down, and then get a good night's sleep without melatonin, you know, just a kind of a relaxed. So thank you very much for joining me on this crazy, crazy trip. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Fly safe.